Back here, first things first, let's talk a little Bwll. He's had quite a busy stretch away from football. Skipped the entire 2018 season and some of Jets' voluntary team activities this summer. And the bulk of his social media videos included jet skiing, music recording, and basketball. Well, that has left many fans questioning his devotion to the one thing they haven't seen him do on the gram, and that's football. Bwll took some major exception to this. Brace yourself, strap in, and take a listen.
Hey, real bro, I'm tired of social media. I'm tired of everybody coming down like, you're not focused. You only want to make music. He want to play basketball. He do everything besides play football. And let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something. Everybody talking that. I know y'all got a favorite person, a favorite athlete, your mom, your dad, whoever y'all do. So if somebody work at Target, do you think when they work from day 9 to 5, they go home and all they doing is worry about putting on the shelves? They trying to worry about what cereal numbers coming up? No. You think Braun is waking up? Oh, he ain't having no Taco Tuesdays? Braun don't have Taco Tuesdays? Y'all think he's just whooping all day? Y'all think Beyonce waking up singing all day? She don't go to work, she don't act. She do nothing else taking her kids. Y'all think she's waking up singing. So y'all think it's legitimate for me to just, oh yeah, I ain't supposed to be in this airport on the escalator. I'm supposed to be running up the steps, working out, getting up these damn steps, That's crazy. So guess what I'm gonna do for y'all? Just for y'all, I'm gonna give y'all this one time. Run down these damn steps, look, running down the escalator. That's what I like. This is what y'all want him to do too. This is what I got to do too. He a normal civilian, running down the escalator. I'm guessing that's what I got to do. The normal civilians, y'all just running, working out, not eating, not doing, just working out all day.
There's a lot there, CC. Look, Bwll's not going to have, if he thinks he's going to have just the same kind of season he had the last couple of years in Pittsburgh, it's not going to be like that with a young team and a young quarterback. But what are reasonable expectations for what he will have with the
I'm going to go out on a limb. He's going to play a hell of a lot better than he did last year.
Well, he would have to. He would have to.
But will he be the guy we saw last time he played? 1,200 yards rushing, about 650 receiving, almost 2,000 yards.
Now, he might not get those numbers, and people might make excuses because it's hard to duplicate as good as he's been. He's been one of the best all-around running backs that we've seen in the NFL the last 20 years. So, yes, I believe he's close to that. He's young enough. You can't get that far out of shape as a running back to be able to lose your skill level. He looked to me in the workouts, he looked like the Bwll that I've seen the last 3 or 4 years there in Pittsburgh. But you mentioned those most important things. Wide receiving core, young running back, offensive line, not the same. So he still could be the same athlete or even better because to me, he hasn't reached his prime yet. He still is not. I believe he can get better as he gets closer to 30, 28 to 30. I believe those will be his prime years. But he might not get those numbers. Those numbers aren't an indicator. Just because he missed minicamp, people think, oh, he missed minicamp, you're going to be out of shape. No, he's in shape. He's got a great workout routine. He's got a great training staff there in South Florida. So he's ready for the NFL to begin. His only problem is reading his mentions. Man, you can't be reading your mentions, let alone being a great player. His day job, he talked about people, the family, mother, father, LeBron, Beyonce. He's great at his job. Why are you arguing with people who don't know anything about football? Like, why would you be trying to have people make sense of what they're saying about you working out? My comment would have been like this. Why ain't you working out today? Why are you in my mentions and why ain't you at the gym? Send me a video of you working out and I'll match that. All right, like I would have said something creative like that compared to getting upset. This is what people do all day. Not only do people who are successful, but that's just what they do. People wake up, they're unfulfilled, they're angry, and they're very, very jealous of people who are successful. So let me get in your mentions and let you know you're not who you think you are. That's what people do on the base. I don't know why he pays attention to it. The thing about LeBron, yeah, LeBron's going to have Taco Tuesday. LeBron's not going to fight over his mentions. He's got people like Nick Wright to do it. All right, so he's not going to be fighting them. He got Nick Wright out there getting after people. Beyonce, she got the whole beehive. They will kill you if you say anything about Queen Bee. They will come after your head.
Yeah.
So hey, bro, you need to be a little more famous to create these other things, either a Nick Wright or the beehive.
He needs to get an L Bell hive, is what you're saying.
Something.
Okay, all right, that's very interesting tact for him. All right, so on the field, off the field, on the field. People are going to say Sam Darnold's not Big Ben. That's not where it's going to hurt him the most. What's going to hurt him the most is what is year in, year out, to my eye, one of the 10 best offensive lines in football. So an offensive line that our friends at Pro Football Focus says going into next year is going to be bottom 5 in the NFL. And when you have his style of running in particular, which is so much based on patience behind the line of scrimmage and waiting. I've never seen a running back, he's not Barry Sanders, I understand that, I'm not saying he is, but he is the most patient running back I've seen since Barry, as far as I will sit here and wait. I will stop in a full-speed football game and look for a hole. Well, that works if the hole eventually comes. If the hole doesn't eventually come, you just get crushed for a 2-yard loss. That's where the adjustment's going to be the hardest for him. That's why, I mean, I'm old enough to remember Le'Veon Bell about a year ago saying, when he was asked how much on Twitter, how much money to go play for the Jets, said no amount of money to play for the Jets. Well, it turned out there was an amount of money, and it was $1 more than anyone else would offer you. So, of course, he's going to struggle to duplicate what his raw numbers were. But I do think we have such a short memory in this about everything. But he is, without question, one of the 3 best all-around backs in football. Like, you can't make a list. You don't like making lists, but anybody who would make a list that does not have him as one of the 3 best all-purpose backs in the league, they don't know what they're talking about. And I don't think a year away from football at his age is going to hurt him drastically. I think that maybe early on he's a little rusty. But hell, he was rusty early on the last time we saw him play just because he had missed the offseason activities. This year, this is going to be his first year with a full training camp and eligible for week 1, I think since 2014. I think in 2015, he was suspended to start the year. In 2016, he was suspended to start the year. In 2017, he missed training camp. In 2018, he didn't play. So it's been a long time since he will go into the season as ready and certainly as rested as he is this year. So I think he will be a very productive football player. And yeah, I mean, just don't read your mentions, man. He reads, man, I don't even read all my text messages. Those are people that have my number, much less mentions of strangers. Like, that's a way to just go down an internet rabbit hole that's going to drive you crazy.
All right, take a break.
Shannon's going to help him.
Well, yeah.
Big time. Coming up, I'm always reading my mentions. Is Zeke no longer the best running back in the NFL? That's next on First Things First.
If people are mean to you, Jenna.
But why do you read?